All right. So I want to talk to you a little bit about why I like these routines, okay? Why I think they're worth learning and why I personally like them, and a little bit about how I perform them. Because I'm not going to give you the actual performance, the script, everything I say, because this is not the idea of this class, okay? I want to show you something, and I want to give you a general idea of where you can go with it, so you can perhaps start there if you want. But I want you to walk on your own two legs, basically. So yeah, the first trick, flow. uh, I'm very much into Asian cultures and philosophies, so there are concepts like flow, be water, don't try to control, just you know trust your own greatness, because you do amazing things like beating your heart, and you don't know how you do them. You don't know how you do it, but it's amazing and you're doing it. So that it's this idea that we can just trust ourselves, and if we can trust ourselves, then we're gonna do everything right. Because just like we beat our heart, we don't need to know how we're doing things. If we just let them happen naturally, they're gonna happen and they're gonna be perfect. So yeah, I use the streak to sort of convey this message, you know. Uh, so I place the two cards on the table and I tell the person, look, I'm gonna show you how amazing you are. And then I force the card, blah blah blah. So I review to the person, look, there's a card that connects this two, and somehow you don't know how you did it, blah blah blah, you don't know anything, but you found the right card. Then of course I do the top change, and they look and see it's not the right card. It's not the card they were expecting, at least. And at this point I say, no, 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 it's not a problem, because it's very interesting, actually, because when we trust ourselves, when we flow, blah, blah, I don't want to give you my words, but when we flow, uh, you know, amazing things happen, and then I review that even if it looked wrong at first, then it really is the right card. Anyway, so I like the trick because I can send a very important message, at least for me, and I can try to communicate it with more people. And the other trick as well, of course, everything I do in magic has a purpose bigger than the effect. I think I take a card, place it in the middle, it comes on top. Who cares? Who cares? Oh, look, I can make a coin disappear. Wow, very useful, disappearing money. You know? So, what I mean is, like, there are fines as tricks go, okay? But there should be more than that. There should be context to what you're doing. It shouldn't just be about, look, the coin vanished. So what? Who can hold the breath longer? What does it matter? So yeah, I think it's about trying to perhaps send a message, or focusing on a very specific feeling that you want to create, and trying to put it all together with your magic, and do that with your magic. So I think that's what really is important. And the other trick, visualize, it's the same. And what I'm trying to explain is the idea of visualizing. Like the old saying, if you can see the ball going into the goal before you kick, then you score, right? It's like, if you can really visualize before you do it, then you can do it. And it's about the power of visualizing. I think it's a nice message. I talk about it in my course. I talk about it a lot. I really think it's an important tool to visualize things right before you're doing them, or even years before. Just visualize them. And this is what I talk about with the streak. So I talk about how the person could name any card, how he shuffled the deck. I never touch, he cut wherever he wants. And I want him to visualize that when he picks the deck up and looks at the card he cut to, I want him to visualize that it is the card he said. So I want him to do that, visualize it, and then I want them to actually take the deck up and look at it, and they're going to be, have that feeling that we all had at one point, that we visualize something and we can do it. So that's what I like about these tricks. I hope you like it too. I hope you can get the general idea to start performing them. And yeah, thank you very much for watching this class.